Akuma Kira. This is a developer that I really, really like. Akuma Kira is a very well-known developer, at least to me now. They made games like Spooky's House of Jump Scares, which if you didn't know is a masterpiece. They made games like Lunacid, which if you didn't know is a masterpiece. They also made a bunch of other smaller games that seem to be involving their mythos that they've made. I've talked about this before, but it seems like they're building kind of like this Akuma Kirin style of like horror, right? Like a Lovecraftian horror, but very distinctly Akuma Kira. We played another one of their games called Basilisk, as well as Basilisk 2 1000. Still the best, hands down, exploration style game that I've ever played in my entire life. It is one of the most fascinating projects that I've ever played. It is so good. Today we're going to be playing something smaller. An experimental game. Well, they took out the experimental tag for some reason. About walking in some weird landscape. It's going to be a short experience. But as far as I know, they made this as an experiment in terrain generation, but it still tells a meaningful story, apparently, that they wanted people to know and see, not as an experiment, but as its own thing. Just give me a moment to start the game. It's just taking a while. Again, Windows Smart Screen, it just really doesn't like any... Windows Smart Screen hates developers. They hate indie developers. What the fuck is going on? This is Vergilius. And already from the intro, you get the feeling that this is an Akuma Kira game. My name is Vergilius Maro, and I am damned. I awake from death to a strange landscape. Yeah, strange is right. I'm surprised that Vergilius Maro also didn't say about how loud the landscape was. I'm surprised they didn't mention at all how the landscape was a booming 0 decibels. At least on my output. Sparse trees dot the terrain, but no signs of humanity greet my vision. Huh. I don't know if the details pull through on the Twitch stream. The video bitrate may kill it. But there are so many little details in the visuals of this game that it feels fascinating. Did you notice the film filter on top? Like film damage. As if you're watching a memory. And not something that's happening now at the moment, but something that did happen before. Recorded. For us to view at our own time. Searching about myself, I find I have no anatomy. Oh shit, I really don't have an anatomy, yeah. But despite my lack of form, I walk regardless. Whoa. In hopeless desperation, I search for progress or an end. But I find no solace or destination ahead of me. This feels so familiar almost. Again, we know the binding threads of the games. If you haven't seen the Lunacid playthroughs or the Basilisk playthroughs, it's all spoilers. Suddenly I notice something on the horizon. What? What do you mean I know something? Where? A strange form of clouds or trees awaits in the distance. Yo. It's like interactive too. It's like a dynamic storytelling. It sways unnaturally as if beckoning me to come near. What a weird feeling to this game. It's very strange. This feels very familiar to the ending of Lunacid, one of the endings, ending E. It feels very similar to the one map within Basilisk as well, Basilisk 2 1000. As I approach the clouded forest, it remains at the reaches of my vision. It's almost unsettling, almost. Then just as it appeared, it dissipates, and and I find myself alone in a rotting sea of non-existence. And I think I've said this before too, but the Kumakura, it feels like they're one of the few people who can really capture this feeling of despair and hopelessness. I desperately try to think of my past life, hoping to anchor myself with memories. And you really feel that here. But as hard as I try, I cannot remember anything other than my name, Vergilius Maro. Is this true death? The punishment for my actions in life. Oh my god, those images were very... wandering aimlessly in some unfinished barren landscape. I suppose so. Lost and trembling thoughts. I wait to realize another landmark has appeared. Yo. It appears as dual towers with a hollow space in between. Fear and anguish settling in, I quicken my pace. Oh, I'm faster now. Look, that is a really good touch. I need to reach the towers before they leave my sight. The fact that your gameplay changes based on the narrative. Finally finding progress, I enter the hollow between the structures and find a weapon. In the center of the hollow lay a simple rusted sword. Wait, what does it say? There's words on it. Despite the heavy rust causing the blade, I can make out an old inscription upon it. What does it say? Iterum carpe vitam. Seize life again. I thought at first to take up the sword, but found that I had no ability. Without form, I cannot extend outward and influence this world. After thinking about it for some time, I realized what I must do. What must I do? I lay down beside the sword, placing my neck where it should be against its rusted blade. I could feel its jagged and sharp metal upon me, and it felt strangely warm. Oh my god. With one forceful push, I dove against the steel, severing myself, severing my life, discarding the last of me. Perhaps I will wake again in another life. A game by Kumakura. Music by Jar and Chris. The monument to Dante at Trento, Italy. What? Every Kumakura game that I play leaves me speechless. And every single one leaves me kind of like confused at what's going to happen. I mean, this is a small experience. It was never meant to be played for a long time. It was never meant to keep on going forever. It was meant to be a very short experience, 25-30 minutes at best. But even then, I'm left with so many questions. And this is what a Kumakura does best. It gives you so many different things that draw curiosity out of you, and then it leaves you. It leaves you right at the moment of when you want answers. That's it.